Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the gray area. I'm your host, Sarge. How was your holiday? Did everybody have a good time? Did everybody get what they wanted? If you didn't get laid, then you're doing something wrong, because that's usually what everybody wants during the holidays, especially on Christmas, right? You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Beer for everybody. Why are you drinking so early? It's only 1:56 in the afternoon. Because I can. And I feel bad because I didn't give you guys a podcast within a week like I said I was going to do. I am a couple days late. And I apologize for that. So let me just drink this in my misery. Yeah, I don't know. Holidays are rough. Oh, God. But they're over almost after we get past the 1st of January, the 1st of the month, 1st of the new year. Starting it off new year, new me. Oh, God, here it comes. Yeah, everybody that goes to the gym is going to be pissed off because you work your ass off, you go out there, you put in the effort, you go there all the time, and then the 1st of the year comes around and everybody and their mother is like, new year, new me. And they go there in their workout outfits that don't fucking fit. And you're just like, wow. I have to wait to use machines that I never have to wait for normally. Or, the track is loaded up. And you're sitting there fucking running through and dodging fucking people like Frogger. Because they want to get better. You can't hate them for, trying to be motivated to work out a little bit more. But it is what it is. And it's sad. It's sad. But, maybe some people will stick with it. Maybe they'll only do it for a week, but I guarantee you give it 2 weeks, and that gym's going to open right back up again. You have nothing to worry about. You know what? You might actually miss it, because all those fat, out-of-shape motherfuckers that were making you feel better about yourself, they're no longer there. So then you got to look at the people that go all the time that make you feel bad about looking into a mirror. New year, new you. Fuck that shit, okay? There's still leftover food. I still got candy from Halloween, which is probably, a positive thing. People that don't have leftover candy from Halloween when it comes to January means they don't eat it, or they do eat it, which means I have extra, so that means I haven't been eating it like I should. So that's a good thing. Everybody loves sugar. I love sugar. You want some sugar? Little kisses for my people? Kisses for my delinquents? No, but really, how was everybody's Christmas? Was it good? Was it good? I hope it was good. Someone said, Merry Christmas. And me, being Jewish, I'm a Jew. I'm not one of those fucking Jews that only see like one angle. I'm not going to be one of those Jews that be like, I'm Jewish. Don't wish me a Merry Christmas with your Christ and your miss and all your stockings and your lights and every Merry Christmas thing and everybody just shoving everything Christmas down my throat. You know what? Someone says Merry Christmas to me, I'm going to be like, you know what? Merry Christmas to you. They're just wishing me a good time, a happy holiday, and I'll do the same to them. I'm not even going to be like, you know what? If you know I'm Jewish and you say Merry Christmas, you might be a slip of the tongue, right? But if you don't know me and you're just, in passing saying Merry Christmas, I'm not even going to be like Happy Hanukkah. I'm not that guy, because then they're going to feel bad about themselves. Possibly. Or it just opens up another conversation that I don't even want to be in the first place. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah. Oh, you're Jewish? What do you think about this? Is it a festival of lights? How does that work? Is it the Maccabee games? Is it related to Judah Maccabee? Is Jesus related to... Does it go back to that? Because we have a virgin. Do you have virgins? And then you just, an hour goes by after you leave the grocery store and your ice cream is completely melted and running down your leg. I don't know why it'd be running down your leg. It's like you put the ice cream in your pocket. That's slightly awkward. But no, if someone says Merry Christmas to me, I'm going to be like, Merry Christmas back. That's it. I'm not going to be a dick. But I hope you guys got what you wanted. I hope the kids got what they wanted. I have this thing, I'll say it because I don't think they listen to it, especially the ones that believe in Santa Claus. I have this problem where, we do Christmas and then we do like an in-laws Christmas, right? And then the in-laws Christmas, we stay overnight and Santa Claus delivers stuff. And then when we go back to the house, Mrs. Claus stops by when Santa stops by because, Santa's got to go to one house and then Mrs. Claus goes to the other house. And then Mrs. Claus brings gifts for the kids, while Santa Claus brings gifts for the kids at the in-laws' house, where we happen to be staying the night before. I know, it's complicated. I hope you guys were with me on that one. But either way. So we do a parent Christmas before we do any of the in-law stuff. So we'll do it like the day before, like on Christmas Eve, or like the day before Christmas Eve, or whatever the fuck. So we're sitting there and we get them like essentials, basic games, cool clothing, shoes, socks, stuff that, they need but they don't want. When everybody opens up the gifts and they're like, oh, socks, oh, clothes, oh, yay, a shirt, yay, great. So that's what they get from the parents. Now they get back and Mrs. Claus leaves them a Nintendo Switch, which, in a kid's mind, I'm thinking, our kids are going to hate us because they're going to look at this, be like, Mrs. Claus got me a Nintendo Switch. You got me socks. You guys are pieces of shit. I prefer to live in the North Pole with Mrs. Claus. But, down the road, I guess they'll figure it out. Be like, you know what? I realize that there is no Mrs. Claus, or there is no Santa Claus, and Mom and Dad got that for me. But, I need the immediate satisfaction of my kid being, thank you. Nope. It's like, oh, Mrs. Claus is the best. Mrs. Claus is the best, as they're putting on a shirt that they never wanted in the first place. That's from Dad. Sorry, I vented a little bit. I'm just glad the holiday's over. And then we'll catch back up after Halloween. You guys can start taking your Christmas decorations down now. You guys are always so fucking quick to put them up. Be like, oh my God, Halloween. Halloween's over. Put up the Christmas lights. Fucking Christmas lights go up. Christmas comes and goes. It's fucking March. And you're just like, oh, I don't want to take them down. I just want to kind of leave them up there. And just, leave them up there for Easter. Because Easter is pastels and Christmas is bright colors, so people could confuse the pastels with the bright colors. Or you take the snowman and you just put some fucking rabbit ears on him and poof, Easter. Some people think like that. People think like that. If you have the inflatable snowman and you live in like Alabama or fucking Florida where there's no snow, it kind of defeats the purpose of everything. I'm just saying. If I go down there in like South Texas or Louisiana or the South, the Confederates, the Confederate people, and they're like, we're going to put up this inflatable snowman. Why? There's no snow. It's stupid. Maybe an inflatable sand man. Maybe. You can make, I don't know, do you make sand snowmen? I don't know. Going off on a tangent. I don't know. I apologize. God. Is the border wall up yet? Does anybody know? Is it up yet? I don't know if we've reached that point where it's like, the border wall's up. The border wall's up. Finally. Now we don't have to worry about all them Mexicans. Them dirty little Mexicans. Oh God. I understand both sides of it. They'll be like, oh well, if you put the wall up, then you're not gonna have any, illegal immigration. But you'll still have everything's still gonna happen. It's a deterrent. I understand the deterrent factor of the whole thing. It's a wall. It's been happening for thousands of years. It worked in fucking China. Keep the Mongols out. Keep the Mexicans out. East Berlin. West Berlin. I don't know. Everyone jumps on each other's case and be like, don't build a wall. The money could go somewhere else. Blah, 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 blah. I don't care about it. If you're against the border wall, but you have a fence in your backyard, you're a little bit of a hypocrite. What is a fence for? Same reason we'd be having a wall, really. I mean, if you think about it. I know. That's a stretch. It's a stretch. But, I don't know, maybe they're the mind frame like, if we do nothing, then nothing will happen. Everything will stay the same. If nothing is done, nothing will happen. Thank you, Winnie the Pooh. You taught me that. So, if you do nothing, everything's going to stay the same. If you do something, it might change for the better. It should change for the better. I don't know why putting one up would cause anything to get worse, other than the fucking people that be like, oh, let's be the world's fucking police. Let's be the fucking world's shelter. Let's, take care of complete fucking strangers and, not care for our veterans or homeless people that we already have here, or the kids that, don't have parents here. Let's deal with complete other people's problems from other countries before we deal with our own. That's me, personally. But, whatever. On a different note, called me old-fashioned, but I prefer my women to not have a penis. Really. I've been seeing these articles about the transgender stuff, and I understand it. I understand you identify as a certain way, so you need to change to better represent what you feel, right? I get it, cool. But if you were once a biological man and you turn yourself into a woman, and now you're doing, fashion shows, or you're competing in women's sports, even though you still have that testosterone running through your bones, it's just weird to me. It fucking strikes me as odd. There's a transgender woman that was once a biological man, and she's in, Miss Universe, and she says, you don't need a vagina to be a woman. All right. Fine. I guess you want to think that way, you can think that way. Whatever. I mean, you're just doing fashion shows. You're just trying to you're trying to represent biological women, even though you started off as a man in your life, even though you didn't identify as one. You understand how fucking complicated this is getting? This is getting fucking weird. Then you got a man that was in MMA, probably getting his ass kicked all over the fucking place, possibly, whatever. And he identifies as a woman, so he goes through that whole thing, stays in MMA, but he fights women now, and he's like cracking orbital bones and skulls and shit. I'm not saying that women cannot kick men's asses, but if you're a man in MMA and you go transgender and now you're a woman in MMA, but you still got the testosterone and the strength, it's fucking not fair. Men, I'm a traditionalist, okay? I would never hit a woman. I don't think it's fucking fair. I don't think it's supposed to be done. It doesn't make any sense. But if I were to identify as a woman and then I get my dick chopped off and turned inside out, then I could punch him in the face? Is that how that works? I don't know why anybody would go to that kind of fucking level to be like, you know what? I really need to hit her. I'm going to get the 100% circumcision, turn it inside out. I'm going to grow my hair out, and I'm going to punch you in the face because you deserve it. I don't know what the fuck she did to you for you to go through all that, but yeah, I went off on a little bit of a tangent. Oh, God. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me. It just makes me worry a little bit about what we're teaching the youth of our children. Kids are being born and they're not putting down genders on the birth certificate because the kid hasn't decided yet. Let me make this fucking clear, people. They don't get to decide. That's why they don't get to vote till they're 18. Because they don't know right from wrong. And they don't know how they feel. I'm not saying that it won't change in the future. But you'll have some on one hand where it'll be like, you know what, I'm glad you did that. That was great. But the majority of them are going to be like, I'm a dude. I'm a guy. This is my thing. This is what I want to do. I mean, like I said, I'm a traditionalist, and I'm tempted to just take my son and be like, you know what? We're going to join the Girl Scouts. Just to be like, you know what they did to the Boy Scouts? Girls could be in the Boy Scouts, so boys could be in the Girl Scouts, right? Shouldn't that be how that fucking works? Oh, he's signing up for the Girl Scouts. Yeah, let's see how that fucking boils over. Why am I not going to do that? Because it's fucking embarrassing for me and him, really. Because there's plenty of activities that are boy-specific, and there's plenty of activities that are girl-specific. And if they want to fucking combine shit, then they could combine it. But the Scouts are the Scouts. So if you're a boy and you want to join the Boy Scouts, good for you. If you're a girl and you want to join the Girl Scouts, good for you. If you're a girl and you want to join the Boy Scouts, join the fucking Girl Scouts, because it's the same fucking thing, but without the penises. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. Let them decide for themselves as they get older. Putting a girl in the Boy Scouts and then doing this whole fucking national fucking problem where it's not the Boy Scouts anymore, it's just the Scouts, but then you got the Girl Scouts. I don't care, as long as I get my fucking cookies, okay? I don't give a fuck what you guys do, how you guys identify shit, but I don't be putting your personal fucking agendas. I'm talking about the transgenders, the fucking feminists. I'm talking about the people that are trying to be politically correct, and then they're pushing whatever sex they want on their children, or lack thereof. Let them decide when they get older. It's not your fucking choice. Okay? Got it? Understand? Maybe they'll be more open-minded in the future if they have two fathers, or if they have two mothers, or if they have a stepdad, or if they have a transgender parent. They'll be more open to see the world openly as what it is, as people being whoever the fuck they choose to be. Let them learn that way. Don't force it on them. Because if they see same-sex parents or transgender parents, they're going to understand that that was a personal choice and that's what they wanted to do. So when they get older, they'll understand that society is an open fucking window of life. Everyone is, allowed to make whatever decision they want for themselves and identify as whatever they want to identify with. But for it to be pushed on them, let them make their decision as they get older. Don't make the decision for them when they're 1 month old or whatever. It doesn't make any sense to me. And straight people, or normal people, if that's what you want to call yourselves, you guys aren't out of the fucking woodwork either. Because you're sitting there pushing your fucking kid around with in a stroller that he's way too big for, or she's fucking connected to a fucking leash and you're walking her around like a fucking puppy. And we're like, oh, cool, how old's your kid? Oh, 60 months? You mean 5? She's fucking 5? 60 months. Get the fuck out of here. What the hell's wrong with these people? My God. You're doing it wrong. Am I the one to say, am I allowed to be the guy that points at you and be like, you're fucking doing it wrong? No, but I'm going to judge you. It's in the fucking kid's in a stroller, a fucking umbrella stroller. You guys know what this is if you're a parent. And he's fucking falling out the sides. Right? Or when he's up, he doesn't walk too far because he's exhausted because you push him around all the fucking time. You probably still breastfeed him too. Is there a problem with that? If they're 5, yeah, I think so. I think so. I understand. Now I'm going off on a little bit of a tangent. The public breastfeeding thing, I get it, all right? That makes sense to me. If a baby's hungry, the baby's fucking hungry. That's cool. But when the baby's fucking 4 or 5 and you're whipping it out in like a fucking church or a synagogue or whatever denomination or a fucking Walmart, I don't give a shit. It's awkward. It's fucking awkward. I think it's awkward. It doesn't make any sense. But don't listen to me. I'm just a white man in America, and all the fucking problems are mine. A white straight man in America, so all the problems that exist in the world are my fault. So go ahead and put the blame on me, and I'll tell you to go fuck yourself. Good stuff. Side note, let me just let you guys know that I am done. I am fucking done talking to the people. Be like, oh, is your podcast on this? Is your podcast on that? Well, I don't have that. And I don't have the room in my phone to get another app. All right, now listen, okay? Not only is my podcast on Podbean, which is where I stream it from, which is great. Podbean's great. You can listen to any podcast you want on Podbean. But then I was like, okay, I'm going to put it on iTunes. Perfect. Now it's on iTunes and Podbean. There was still some backlash. People still wanted to listen to it, but it wasn't on. They didn't have an Apple phone, or they didn't have iTunes, and they didn't have Podbean. So I was like, all right, here we go. Spotify. Put it on Spotify. Now it's on Spotify. Now people could listen to it on Spotify. Okay. And then I was like, good. I'm fucking done. This is it. I don't have anything to worry about anymore. I covered all my bases. Because if it's on iTunes, then, a lot of streaming sites like Podcast Addict or other podcast streaming sites, they feed off of iTunes. So if it's on iTunes, it goes to a lot of other streaming sites. But that wasn't good enough. Even Spotify wasn't good enough because not everybody has Spotify. So this is it, guys. I'm done. Now it's on YouTube. Okay? My podcast is now on YouTube. Eventually. It should go on with this episode. This is going to be the first episode that is on YouTube, and I'm proud of it, and now it's on YouTube. So if you don't have Podbean, if you don't have iTunes, if you don't have Spotify, if you don't have any of the streaming sites that feed off of any of those 3, it's also on YouTube. And I know for a fucking fact, anybody could go to YouTube and be like, The Gray Area, DAGRAYAREA, and they could listen to the podcasts from here on out. Tell your friends, it's time to network. I got nothing left. That's it. That's all I need. I don't need to go on any other platforms. Okay? I'm spread thin as it is. You know what I mean? Like I said, 6 kids. I'm trying to put a podcast out every week. I know this one's late, and I apologize. So all you old heads out there, they're like, I don't understand what you're talking about. I'm trying to listen to you on the radio. What channel are you on? Listen, I'm not doing that no more. Okay? You're going to have to come over here and tell me to my face, because I can't get up. You get over here. You know what? Just don't let this happen again. I need to know exactly when you are going to be on the radio. and I will tune in at the approximate time. I will dial in. Is it a podcast, or do you dial? Is it like a telethon? Oh, fuck. Jesus Christ, grandparents. It's so complicated. We'll get there. We'll get there, people. We'll get there. Old people are just like, you can't do that. I don't understand what you're doing. Back in my day, we used to do it this way. You know what? Stop touching my butter cookies. I need my butter cookies at my candy dish. That's my candy dish. Grandpa, the candy's been in here since like 2002. There's none of your damn business. You stay out of my butter cookies. I don't know why you have butter cookies in your candy dish. Don't tell me how to live my life. I fought in World War II, I think. I don't, maybe it was Korea. But I walked to school barefoot, and you don't get to tell me how to wear my sandals. Has anyone fed the cat? I don't know where my gown is. You're walking around naked, Grandma. Yeah, I used to be a showgirl back in the day, and I'm just making sure I still have it. Well, you don't. You should probably stop that. You don't get to tell me I kissed Frank Sinatra on the mouth hole. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and call bullshit on that, Grandma, but you do you, I guess. Yeah, I went off on a tangent. But now, it's on YouTube, okay? Tell your friends. Just search it. The Gray Area is now on YouTube. Copy the link, put it on your Facebook. Ta-da! I'm done. It's everywhere now. It's everywhere. Thanks for the positive feedback, by the way. I'm getting a lot of positive feedback. I'm getting a lot of people saying that when I did that Death Voice episode where my voice was going and my voice was really deep, people wanted my voice to stay that way. And I'm sorry that, I'm back. Sounding like Ben Shapiro. And if you don't know who Ben Shapiro is, he's a right-wing, podcaster, news entity, and he pretty much sounds like, if Alvin from Alvin and the Chipmunks fucked a Christmas elf. That's what he sounds like. So, but he's really smart. I mean, he's smart. He's very one-sided, but yeah, he's a smart guy. But his voice is like, it's like up there. Like I said, Alvin and Chipmunks, fuck the Christmas elf. Oh God, I would not like to be in the room during that copulation. But moving forward, what do you guys want me to talk about? Anything? Is anything going on in the world? Yes, I remember now. Someone said, what's going on with the dad jokes? I keep forgetting the dad jokes. I know. All right, here we go. Why do cows have hooves? Because they lactose. Get it? Because they lactose? Lactose? Yeah, moo. Oh, fuck. So, my delinquents, what are we going to do this year? Are we going to make it big this year? Are we going to do better? Are we going to be better usses? Like I said about the wall, if you do nothing, nothing happens. So, go out there. You're never going to know unless you try. There's got to be something you've been putting on the back burner, sitting on the shelf that you've been wanting to do, whether it's with your family, whether it's with yourself, whether it's, with your children or something. And you just lack the motivation to do it, whether it's working out, going to the gym, going on a certain vacation, saving money to do this, trying to make more money, going on a business venture, trying to invest in a certain business, starting your own business, maybe starting a podcast. I don't know. Trying to get internet famous. I don't know what you're trying to do. But there's something. There's something. You should do it. You should do it. Just say fuck it and do it. I'm not saying, throw your whole fucking life away and just focus on that. But, there's got to be something that you've been wanting to do that you haven't done. Time to do that. Just take the baby steps forward. You know what I mean? I'm working on like this graphic novel right now. And I'm fucking baby stepping. It's already been a year. The only thing I have is the characters and a little bit of a storyline. And I have an artist, somewhere floating back there. But I'm not even in the stages of where it needs to be to even, go to a publisher yet, or even start looking for a publisher, or even start the comic book layout whole thing. But we're working on it. And, you just got to make the steps to move and progress forward a little bit. You know what I mean? So do it. Go out and do it. Because before you know it, You're an old fucking man. Like, I really should have done that when I had the chance. I should have taken the opportunity and moved forward with my life. God damn it, where's my butter cookies? You just do it. You're gonna get old. Life goes way too fast. Next thing you know, you're gonna be sitting there, your fucking kids are gonna be graduating high school, going to college, and you're sitting there like, fuck, I have no money. All my money's gonna go to my kids. I have no extra income. I mean, you could invest now. You can invest now and hopefully it, grows. But then you're taking the risk of, shit crashing, or you're going to need another fucking refrigerator or a fucking washing machine. You need more. You need to get more. You can't just, don't settle. Never fucking settle. I don't give a fuck how much you're worth or what the fuck you do. Never settle. Never. Just keep going. You wake up in the morning, you stare at yourself in the mirror, and you say, just in case no one's told you today, 1, good morning. 2, you're awesome. 3, have a great day. Then you turn around, look over your shoulder, and say, 4, nice butt. And you move on with your day. And just go. And just go. Little bit at a time. Little bit at a time. You know what I figured out? I was cleaning my living room, and I tipped my couch over, and there's a lot of change in it. That never changes. That, never changes. There's always change in your couch. And I was doing some research, and I went off on a tangent a little bit, and I started looking at spiders. Then I realized, what if the coins you find randomly at the bottom of drawers and in between couch cushions are actually from spiders trying to pay rent? You know what I mean? They only pay rent during the winter. That's when you find all that shit. Or maybe it's fall cleaning and spring cleaning and stuff like that, because they're inside, so they're paying rent with pennies and change because they can't carry dollar bills, because it would work as a kite, and if there was any wind, it would pick them up and they would go off into the atmosphere somewhere, and I'm retarded. I don't know. Oh, God. I tried to tell that to a girl once, and she was really moody, so I don't know if it was that time. It might have been that time, or she was just having a bad day, or maybe it was that time of the month, and I came to her and I was like, they should put prizes in your tampon box. And she's like, what? I was like, yeah, they should put prizes in your tampon box. It's like, your period sucks. Here's 50% off Ben & Jerry's, you cranky bitch. Oh, God. I mean, men have periods, right? We have our moments where we just, women will understand, where we're just sitting there and everything's fucking normal, and things that are not supposed to piss us off just piss us off. We call it the straw that broke the camel's back. Or when we boil over because we hold stuff in. When that stuff happens, we just fucking put our hands. We men think, you know what? I'm going to punch inanimate objects. Like drawers and walls or stop signs. Random shit. Because that makes sense, right? It was like, oh, I'm so angry, I'm going to punch something that causes more damage to myself than it does to the actual object I'm punching. This happens on every level when it comes to any dude ever in the history of life. When a boy starts going through puberty and he's getting all that aggression and testosterone and adrenaline, and he gets upset, and instead of throwing a fucking fit like he did when he was a toddler or a child and crying like a little bitch, he goes downstairs, secludes himself, and starts punching fucking random shit that's going to end up hurting his hand because he doesn't know how to punch. First of all, take your thumb on the outside of your fist, you idiot. And don't punch shit that doesn't punch back. You need to punch something that has a little bit of give. So, now my, 14-year-old has a heavy bag in his room that he could just punch on whenever he wants. As long as he doesn't, put a hole in it for other reasons, which wouldn't surprise me either, because it's about that time. 14, that's the time. That's when it happens. Finding stuffed animals with holes cut out of it and be like, oh, it ripped. Oh, did it? Yeah, I'm sure it ripped. Why do you have it? Why do you have stuffed animals? Yeah, we know. We're not dumb. I was a child once too. I know how that shit works. Women like salads because cucumbers are in them. Maybe. I don't know. I was at a Christmas dinner with the in-laws grandparents. No, the in-laws' parents. So it would be my mother-in-law's parents, right? And she had English cucumbers, and I offered her like there's like cheese and crackers, and I was like, "Hey, you want any of this?" Blah blah blah. No. I had a lot of English cucumber. And I said, "I bet you haven't had that much English cucumber since the Beatles were on tour in the '60s." Am I right? She had no idea what I was talking about. She's like, "What? English in the '60s? English cucumbers?" I was like, "Forget it." Meanwhile, Papa, the grandfather, was laughing his ass off. He got it. Men and women just have different senses of humor, okay? Chances are, if a guy tells a guy joke in a bar, and normally men only would receive it or understand it, but a woman's laughing at it, she might be a lesbian. Like one of them butch ones. Never mind the plaid shirt, the suspenders, and the butch haircut. I know, I'm being a little bit of a prick, but it's true. First of all, English cucumbers are amazing. And I'm not talking about dick. I'm talking about the actual cucumbers. Because you don't have to cut the skin off of the English cucumbers. They're not as robust, so to say, as the normal cucumber, our cucumber. But the English cucumber is just as long, not as thick. Everyone's thinking penis right now. I know this. I'm trying to legitimately talk about the cucumber, but it's not working because everybody's mind is going off to the penis. But you don't have to cut the skin off the English cucumber. And now people are thinking, oh, English cucumbers aren't circumcised. You know what? There's nothing I could say right now. There's nothing I could go. There's no way to spin this back to, produce. So we're just gonna move on. You know what? Let's do some shout outs. Shout out to Richard Overton. Okay. He died yesterday or today, which would be 12/27/2018. He was the oldest World War II veteran, and he died at the age of 112. He was born in 1906, and he was a World War II veteran, and he smoked a fucking cigar a day. This guy drank whiskey, smoked a cigar a day, African-American gentleman, served in World War II, just an absolute fucking beast. And on a lesser note, Brian, shout out to Brian. He said, "Give me a shout out." And I was like, "I'll give you a shout out. Just to prove, that see if you're listening to the actual podcast. Because if I come back here and I'm like, hey, how you doing? And you didn't hear my shout out, that means you're not listening to the podcast. Okay, Brian? Brian, your ears are like dog ears. So, Brian, BP, Dubuque, Iowa. What's up? Anybody else want to give me any shout outs? Or let me say, any shout outs to anyone moving forward? I will do that. So, I've come to the conclusion that because none of you delinquent motherfuckers want to give me any feedback onto what I should, possibly talk about moving forward, I am, finding more guests to join me because, people enjoy the back and forth that I have with, Chris or Victor. Next week, I will be joined by a friend of mine that I worked with for multiple years in the industry that sucks ass, oil, gas, and chemicals, all right? His name is Travis T, and he does the Just Freaking Wrestling podcast, and we are wrestling freaks. We love the WWE. He watches all the other shit, I am more secluded to WWE Network and Monday Night Raw and SmackDown, but he will be on the podcast next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, around that time, and we will figure that out. And I also, too, have a little black book, not with, people's phone numbers and random stupid shit in it, but as I have thoughts during the day, or as, things happen in the media, pop culture, politics, life in general, I just sketch them down. I'll just write them down in my book so I could talk about it. Like the whole, I prefer to have, call me old-fashioned, but I prefer my women to have penises, That's just, whoa, that didn't come off. See? Wow, I'm getting fucking brainwashed by society. Call me old-fashioned, but I prefer my women to not have penises. Thank you. I had to backtrack a little bit in my own mind. That was not a Freudian slip, okay? It was not a Freudian slip. I do not prefer my women to have penises, all right? I got 6 kids. Now it just sounds like I'm making excuses. Son of a bitch. Fuck. I like vaginas, okay? I appreciate them. I'm not saying I'm against penises. Like if you're for penises, that's cool. You could be into that. It's not my thing. It's not my thing. It's not my thing. Now English cucumbers, on the other hand, those are delicious. Fuck. So, how old? Oh, excuse me. It's I have a problem. So, how old were you guys when you guys discovered that bar stood for beer and alcohol room? How old were you guys? I was today years old. I just read that on Facebook somewhere. Now, is it just coincidence? Is that just an acronym? Or does it actually stand for beer and alcohol room? Can anybody come back and post on either, whether it's the YouTube or Spotify or iTunes? Can someone just respond to me, even on my Facebook page? I don't give a fuck if bar actually stands for beer and alcohol room, or if somebody was, absolutely exhausted from playing with his dick all day and he was out of towels, so he automatically decided, you know what? Maybe bar stands for beer and alcohol room. I don't know. Maybe he was like high, and he said, bar, beer and alcohol room. Maybe. I don't fucking know. You know what we need to do? We need to start like recording ourselves when we're high. I haven't smoked since like 2005, and there's a lot of people out there like, oh, you poor bastard. Yeah, well, I can't. Government shit, IDs, the work I do, whatever. But, yeah, I haven't smoked since 2005. But if I did, I'd like to record all the shit that happens after that. I would love to, hear that back. You know how many people with their short-term memory loss asses are like, oh my god, what were we talking about yesterday? That was so funny. Oh, it was such a great idea. We could have been inventors and geniuses and millionaires, and they never fucking remember it. Some of their best ideas might be when you're fucking high. You never know. Tesla, Edison, George Washington Carver. I don't fucking know. He came up with the refrigerator, didn't he? He created peanut butter. So, kudos for him. I love that man. Whoever invented the wheel, maybe he was high on whatever fucking mushroom that he thought he could eat when he was a caveman. And he's like, you know what? Wheels. Now we have wheels now. We could get to the weed faster. I don't fucking know. I don't know. That could actually be, you know what? I'm not going to patent it. I'm going to throw it out there. I'm going to throw it out there right now. There could be a fucking show, and celebrities get fucking high, and people fucking record it. You record the whole thing. First you get them high, then you do one of those SpongeBob 30 minutes later. And then you come back, and the fucking celebrities are sitting there just fucking talking about random shit, and you're just like a fly on the wall. Just watching, your idols or whoever talk about whatever the fuck they're talking about. And it's fucking awesome. Unfortunately, that's probably never going to happen, because they're going to watch it back, and their publicists are going to be like, yeah, we can't do that. Nobody's real anymore. Nobody wants to get fucking high in a room, fucking record it, and be like, yeah, send it out. Yeah, just send it out to the people. Let the people decide how fucking hilarious or stupid that was. That would be a cool show. If I was ever a celebrity to the extreme that people would want to see me high, have a fucking conversation, I would totally do it. Like, there might come a time down the road where my podcast is, videotaped, maybe like the Joe Rogan Experience. Okay, it won't just be a podcast where you just get the audio, but you get the video too. And if I get a chance, I have no problem toking up, smoking one time in a room full of friends and just letting it happen and seeing how that podcast just progresses. I have no problem hiding it. Of course, I would need permission from them before I'm throwing their faces all over the place. And people, there are people listening now, they'll be like, oh, I'm his friend, that sounds like a great idea. But then they're like, oh, you got to put that on YouTube, or you got to put that on, Podbean or whatever, one of the streaming sites I do. And they're like, yeah, I don't want to be seen in that light. Why fucking filter yourselves? Really? How you are privately is how you should be publicly. I understand there's a certain, veil of how you should act in public versus how you should act in private, or how you're perceived. If you care how other people perceive you in the open, then you're fucking fake. You're hiding yourself. I'm more cordial in public. I'm more, well-mannered. My language isn't so out there like, fuck this, fuck that. I don't curse like a fucking sailor, but my ideals and my ideas and the way I think are exactly the fucking same. Exactly the same. If I'm judging somebody with my eyes and they make eye contact with me like, what the fuck you looking at? I'm still going to keep looking at you. Like, what the fuck? What is going on? Is that a leopard thong and a see-through skirt? What is it? Walmart dress code. You know what I mean? I don't know. People do it all the time. It's okay at Walmart because it's you know, like I talked about with Chris, it's a ghetto loophole. Apparently you could go to Walmart and wear whatever the fuck you want. Whatever the fuck you want. Your flip-flops don't have to match. You can wear flip-flops in the snow. You can wear shorts with boots and a hoodie. But they could be Daisy Duke shorts, cut off to where the muffin top is hanging below the bottom of the shorts, and your hair's in a ponytail only on one side. Thong is up over your hips. You got a cut-off shirt, a fur jacket, and flip-flops, and none of it is the same color. Walmart. Welcome to Walmart. How can I help you? I feel bad for the fucking old heads at Walmart, that the greeters, the people that helped build this country, the greatest generation, right? And now they're seeing all these complete fucking losers walk into Walmart that don't even care about how they're perceived in public. You should want to be perceived in a positive light. If you go somewhere, anywhere, even Walmart, dressed like a fucking, like you just came out of the fucking trailer park, hillbilly, backwoods, dirty, ghetto ass, and nobody fucking, you know, tells you something about it, you have to change the people around you in your life. Okay? I don't even let my kids go out looking completely fucking stupid. I don't let them do it. When they want to turn 18 and want to be completely fucking stupid, go ahead and be completely fucking stupid. You could go to Walmart and be comfortable in fucking sweats and, you know, you got the hoodie on, but you're going out there. It's like half of you is trying to pick up a mate and the other half of you is like, you know what? I don't want to change my clothes from like a week ago, and pajamas are comfortable, but so are high heels. You know, just fucking pick a lane. You know what I mean? Jeez. So what do you guys think about me just releasing podcasts on like Tuesdays and Wednesdays? Because the majority of people, you know, in the world work Monday through Friday, and they'll listen to podcasts in the morning or on their commute to and from work or whatever. And Monday and Fridays are the majority of the big ones that go out there, the podcasts that go out. They'll do it over the weekend. They'll publish it on Monday, or they'll do it during the week when they have off time, and they'll publish it on fucking Friday. So most podcasts come out on Monday and Friday. So people are going to try to fill that gap, giggity, during the week, Tuesday through Thursday. So maybe if I were to release podcasts between Tuesday and Thursday, more people would be prone to listening to it because, you know, they have nothing else to listen to. I'm not to the point where I could start doing podcasts every day. Absolutely fucking not. It's not going to happen. We're not there yet. I am not even close to being on that level. Am I capable of having the material to talk about random shit every day for 45 minutes to an hour? Yeah, I'm there. I could probably do it, but I have a life and people fucking need me. And as selfish as I would like to be like, fuck my family, my kids don't need to eat, I'm just going to talk to complete strangers over this fucking podcast thing. As much as I'd love to do that, which I don't, I have responsibilities. We all have fucking responsibilities, and we all report to someone, whether it's a wife, whether it's a husband, whether it's a family, whether it's your children, whether it's a fucking boss. And until you're on your own, so the only person that you have to report to is yourself, you gotta live by life's rules, and that's how society works. So we'll get there. We'll get there. Maybe. We'll see. If not, you'll still get to get me once a week. Maybe twice. Nah, very few times, 3 times a week. And if I ever end up on my own, if I ever get the ads, if I ever get the backing, if I ever get like the dreams in my life where I want to have like an animal sanctuary where I could take in animals, or a bar, or both, and still do the podcast where I'm just completely on my fucking own, I would do one every day. First step, let's just get the podcast out there. Let's network. If you like it, share it with your people. And hopefully they'll share it with their people. And as we grow together as a delinquent society that we are, then I'll, add video to it, and it'll be more in depth. And then you won't just have to hear my voice, but you can see my fucking face. And then you could be like, ew, and just turn the video off and just listen to my voice. Maybe we'll get to that point. Maybe. If not, then, we got this. And if I have one listener, I have one. If I have 1,000, I have 1,000. If I have 10K, I have 10K. If I go fucking viral, you bet your ass I'm going to come on this podcast and be like, my podcast just went viral. But it's not. So I'm just going to sit down and I'm going to be humble. And some of you guys get that and some of you guys don't. And that's the great thing about us. My delinquents. My people. Because I love you and you love me. And I miss you and you miss me. That's why I keep coming back. So until next time, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I will talk to you. I will have one next Tuesday, Wednesday. Fingers crossed, all right? My delinquents, we the people. I love you. Bye.